Hi, welcome back to a new video for the channel. Today we are talking about the violence and the impunity. This focusing ourselves in Mexico, but we are bringing also a challenge solution for them. My name is Giancarlo Gonzalez and I hope you enjoy the video. Let's move on. Well, Mexico in 2021, it's when all these problem situations started. It is imperative that we address the cultural issue of violence and impunity in Mexico as citizens and as professionals. The nation's enduringly elevated rates of violence and extensive impunity are indicative of profoundly integrated problems in the political, social, and cultural domains. Next, we have context and magnitude of the situation. As we know, Mexico has faced escalating violence, with the homicide rate reaching 20 per 100,000 in 2021. Wow. Shockingly, approximately 90% of the crimes go unreported, and only a fraction of it goes to reported crimes and are properly investigated or resolved. But let me tell you that not all the cases that are reported goes to a solution at the end. This issue contributes to a sense of insecurity among citizens and hampers socioeconomic development. This is a sad situation that Mexico is being through since 2021 and is still unsolved. In our geocultural analysis, we find four aspects that it's related to the topic very deep. In the first place, we have places and traces. This is that the violence and the crime is often concentrated in a specific geographic areas, leaving lasting scars on communities and shaping their identities. In this case, is Mexico City. Then we have the belief system. Sociocultural norms, including mistrust or law enforcement or a culture of silence, may contribute to underreporting crimes. Then we have power dynamics, corruption, and power imbalance. Without institution lead to impunity influencing to the justice system and reinforcing cycles of violence, this aspect it's a great deal for the topic of today. And then we have gender, place, sense, and ethnicity. Marginalized communities often bear umbrella of violence, amplifying disparities and affecting their sense of security and belonging. You know how hard is that to affect your sense of belonging because of the insecurity of the streets? This is what we are living in Mexico City today. Moving on to the proposal, our objective is to enhance accountability, improve law enforcement, and foster community trust to reduce violence and impunity. How will be done in the implementation? Well, establish robust legal frameworks, start community involvement initiatives, and implement extensive policy reforms. Activities, technology improvements. This involves social media, make that news work, community engagement initiatives, Legal reforms, as I will mention, and law enforcement training are all necessary for effective criminal investigations. All help is needed in this case. Desirable outcomes. A decline in violence is the first one. Greater rates of crime reporting. We want people to start uh, reporting everything that's happened in order to authorities know what to do, enhance case resolutions, and raise the confidence in the government and in the authorities in each place of Mexico. So, which are our stakeholders and cultural analysis? Well, is the first one is the government. As it possesses wealth and authority, its decisions affect laws and policies. It's the main stakeholder, as it's the only one that can really make a change in first place. Then we have law enforcement agencies. This is authority for putting change into action and making sure law enforcement is held accountable. Yeah, these agencies help us to push the government to make these decisions. And finally, the ones that we want this change happen and make more secure in the streets and for the families is the communities, the people. They are the ones who experience violence firsthand and are the essentials of healing to report crimes and build trust among society. So these are the three pillars that we need to make a change and impact in our culture. Well, the resources that we need are for the human resources, that is community activism, attorneys, and law enforcement officers with training. This is essential. Then we have the economic resource that to support communities, initiatives, technology, social media, as we mentioned before, and to establish the reforms to the government. Then we have the infrastructure resource that is better communication, networks, and forensic facilities in order to help in the cases and make them resolve. Then we have the knowledge resource that is having access to community involvement tactics, legal changes, and best practice in law enforcement. Moving on to the cultural aspects and its importance. Well, recognizing cultural queers is essential as it affects our efforts to establish our trust, how communities engage with authorities, and the potency of suggest remedies, beliefs, attitudes, and reactions to violence and law enforcement are influenced by culture. So, what is our role in a culturally globalized world? As a responsible citizen or professional, your function in this world is to comprehend other viewpoints, actively participate in projects that advance justice, equally, and the development of trust across groups, and advocate for inclusive culturally sensitive solutions also. This is all important to take action in the new world and in the new societies that we are facing every day. Well, moving to the conclusion. It's important to know it that in order to create methods that are sensitive to a variety of cultural settings, It is essential to acknowledge the impact that culture has on how people perceive some aspects like justice, authority, and community relations in this case. Um, to tackle such complex difficulties in a culturally globalized society, professionals and responsible citizens, of course, must engage in discourse to advocate for a change. No, it doesn't matter wherever they are. If their change, it's important to make a difference in that situation for the people that it's among you. You have to do it and support programs that promote inclusion and cultural understanding. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.